So Wuthering Waves version 1.2 is finally here, and a ton of people have been super excited for this. As not only do we have the Wuthering Waves update, but we also have the Zenless Zone Zero update, and also some new news about Genshin Impact, and a ton more stuff going on. So how is Wuthering Waves going to compete with this all? Well, the first thing was Zhezhi, the new 5-star character coming out, and also Zhang Liao, who actually is going to be free on the next phase, and appears a bit in the current story. And a lot of this update has been really great. I mean, as I said, the character design on Zhezhi has been absolutely amazing. There's been a ton of really fun events. I mean, they've got a ton of reward stuff going on too. We've got stuff with like a fan creation event where people can actually create things and win like stuff like asteroids and also an iPhone 15, which is, I think, very cool. And we see that happen a lot with a lot of gacha games. Now, a lot of people have been very positive about this update, saying it's really good and that they've made a ton of really nice changes. Obviously, in one of my last videos, I talked about a lot of the changes that Wuthering Waves are making, especially in this update. But of course, it wouldn't be Wuthering Waves without some kind of problem with some of the new updates. So we're going to be going through a lot of them today and talking about whether Wuthering Waves has actually fixed this or not. Now, before I get to this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go over to GamerSubs, use my code KAZA, where you can get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs, and they just do a ton of really cool designs over there, so I definitely recommend going to go check them out. And also go over to my Discord as well, where we've got a ton of really cool exclusive stuff going on too. So let's get back into the video. So here was a post from Wuthering Waves, which actually came out last night. I saw this pretty much whenever it came out, and pretty much it says, "Dear Rovers, the following 1.2 update, we have received feedbacks regarding several in-game issues." Now, again, right off the bat, this is actually really good that they've actually been talking about a lot of these issues, and it's definitely an improvement to some of their last updates. As you remember, there's a lot of issues going on with Wuthering Waves. We didn't really know whether they were going to respond or not, and they actually responded like on the next day, and it seems like they're being even quicker with responses here. They've literally replied within a couple of hours since the release of the update, and my thinking is maybe they put some kind of team to actually deal with a lot of this stuff whenever it comes out, so that they can be on standby to change and address a lot of these issues early on, which again, I think is such a great idea if they did do that. But pretty much they go through some of the stuff that actually happened and, you know, what they fixed. So they said display errors in conv records. The issue has been identified and resolved. This was a display issue only and did not affect the items acquired through convene. So again, there was some issue, you know, displaying some of the records for convenes. Obviously, if you don't know, you get a record of your pool so you can see how far away you are from a 5-star or a 4-star or whatever. And apparently it wasn't working, or that the display wasn't coming up. And it says that it's been resolved now, which is just great. And then the next one, which was a pretty big one and a lot of people were struggling with, is the 120 FPS option missing on supported PC devices. We're currently looking into the issue and will update you through in-game notice, known bugs and fixes once it's resolved. We appreciate your patience during the process. So if you didn't know, we can actually get 120 FPS on Wuthering Waves now, but it's only on some supported devices. And if you want to go enable your 120 FPS, I definitely recommend going to go do that, especially if you have one of the required graphics cards to do it. And the supported graphics cards are pretty much the Nvidia graphics cards, which is the RTX 3060, 3060 Ti, 3070, and above it goes 3080, 3090, etc. Then we've also got the 40 series, which goes 4050, 4060, 4060, 4070. You know, it keeps going up and up. The same thing. So pretty much if you have anything like the 30 series or newer, I've got a 3060 Ti, so I should be able to run it. But again, there's a lot of you guys who do have some lower ones. Obviously, the 1080 is still a very popular graphics card even now, so a lot of you guys will probably be running that. So hopefully in the future they do add some of these, you know, older graphics cards too, because I'm pretty sure they can run 120 FPS. I'm pretty certain that they can handle it, seeing as they can handle other games. But for now, it's just the 30 series and newer. And then also you can use some of the AMD graphics cards too. Now, I've never really had an AMD graphics card. I had one small one ages ago, but I've never had any of the top ones. So I'm guessing these are a lot of the top ones too, the equivalent to the 3060 kind of thing. So again, you can get it on there. And also there are some supported CPUs as well. Obviously, you got the i series, you got the Ryzen series. So there's only Ryzen 7 and above and i5 and above. So again, you can actually enable this in laptop, which I think is a little bit weird that you can't have it on like a GTX 1080, but you can have it on an i5 series laptop. So again, I really think they should add some of the other GPUs and actually, you know, experiment with it. I think it would be able to run it if an i5 laptop could run it. And pretty much if you want to enable this 120 FPS, then you can literally just go to your settings. There's a frame rate option in the graphics settings, and you can just change that, and you can go and change that to 120 FPS. It's pretty simple. Obviously, a lot of people had the bug, as I was saying, of that they couldn't actually change it. So if you do have one of the supported devices and it doesn't come up, then I'll just wait a little while and Wuthering Waves should sort that out, or Kuro Games should sort that out. And yeah, you should be all good to go. And 120 FPS really does change, you know, the overall smoothness of the game. So I definitely recommend getting it if you do have the opportunity. And if you have a lower graphics card, you know, you just have to either wait or even get a new graphics card. I mean, a new graphics card is pretty nice these days, and you'll be able to run it on so much more than Wuthering Waves 2. But again, I know everyone's not in that kind of situation, so yeah, you just have to wait and see what kind of happens with that. And pretty much it goes on to say that for information on other known issues, please refer to the known issue and bug fixes site or whatever. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused, and thank you for your continued understanding and support of Wuthering Waves. So again, they've addressed just 2 of the issues there, and yeah, they have a whole page of known issues and bug fixes, which again is really great because they can address a lot of these bug fixes without making a tweet like this. They don't need to do it every time. They can literally work on bugs and issues in the background, but it's still good to let people know that their issue has been like identified and that it's being worked on or even fixed. So again, that's really great to see. And we've also got this post from Naoshio here, who actually goes over some of the patch notes and some of the changes. They also fixed an issue that caused Resonator Changli to unexpectedly move outside of the map within a certain area of dim forest. So again, some kind of, you know, glitch going on there with the whole map. I haven't actually seen that one, but it would be quite funny to see. But again, they've seemed to have fixed that. They've also resolved an issue where the Resonator zhezhi's convene animation background could appear glitchy on certain iOS devices. Obviously, Wuthering Waves hasn't been running the best on mobile devices. So again, that's really good for a lot of mobile players, and I've heard they've actually been improving a lot of the mobile performance. They haven't forgotten about you mobile players, don't worry, they are still making a lot of updates, and you know, although there has been a lot of stuff to do with the 120 FPS and, you know, doing stuff on PC, they definitely haven't forgotten the other devices, and hopefully we should see the PlayStation version coming out soon as well. And then they also addressed a bug in the main quest Thought of Aeons, where the stone wall in Mialung chamber remained unbroken after using Tacitite Fulminate, preventing players from progressing. I'm pretty sure I saw some people struggling with that, so again, that's really good. Obviously, that is a very big problem with, you know, not being able to progress in a main quest. And finally, they fixed an issue with the daily quest called Save the World, Save the Cat, where the cat model might not spawn at the designated location, hindering players' interaction and quest completion. So there wasn't a cat spawning for a quest. So again, it's really good to see that a lot of these fixes are being made and that they're actually, you know, adding it to a site where people can actually see that issues, you know, being fixed or have been identified, as I said. And hopefully we see this more from Wuthering Waves in the future. Obviously, with a lot of other gacha games like Genshin Impact and stuff like that, they usually wait until the next version to actually address these issues. But it's great to see Wuthering Waves getting straight to the point and fixing them straight away, so that no one has a bad experience in the game, or hopefully no one has a bad experience in the game. And obviously there's been a lot of talk, especially at the time of recording, about Genshin Impact 5.0. I really don't think this is going to be an issue for Wuthering Waves, especially with some of the stuff that they brought out. I mean, it's okay, but I don't think it's anything like that special. And I think a lot of this community-based stuff that I've been talking about, whether it's like addressing fixes and stuff like that, or even just interacting with the community with contests and different rewards and stuff like that all the time in pretty much every single update so far, I think it's just great, and I think that's what Wuthering Waves has up on Genshin Impact. Obviously, I saw we got some free 5-stars in Genshin Impact, and that's great, but it's also taken us 4 years to get that. Whereas Wuthering Waves have literally done it twice in an update, which is just, you know, great to see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think these fixes are good? And also, have you been experiencing any kind of bugs or any kind of issues in Wuthering Waves that still need to be fixed? Because, again, there has been a lot of complaints, you know, online, especially in previous updates too, of people having issues, whether that's to do with the game's performance or just menus and stuff not working. So I'd like to know what you guys, you know, have issues with. Do you guys have any issues with, you know, stuff going on? Just let me know down in the comments. And yeah, just an overall good update. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And as I said, go to my Discord where we've got a ton of stuff going on. You know, the link will be down below, and I definitely recommend going to go give it a check out. And yeah, that's about all I got for this video. That's all. See ya.